and gentlemen, let's go. You are now tuned into the streets ordained minister.
Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker.
Minister Jap. This is Church Radio Live, niggas. Home of the real fucking talk.
Church, check in. It's your boy, Minister Jap. Listen, I know y'all been looking for me, but at the bottom of this video, in the description section, you'll see where it says follow me. You can follow me on all social media platforms. You know, make sure you click the links in the description so you can get in touch with me and get in tune with everything I post at all times. You never know, the haters might try to take us down. Also, make sure you're following my backup channel, Minister Jap Church Media. Follow the channel now. We are not going nowhere. We're here to stay. Make sure y'all paying attention. Church on the move. Peace.
Minister Jap, I'm talking to you, nigga. Yeah, I got a kid. I got 2 daughters and a son. You hear me?
Black women are bad mothers.
And that's why you having a baby by the motherfuckers you had a baby with is your fault. That's why you being a single mother is your fucking fault. That's why being a baby daddy ass nigga is your fault.
Live from the church.
Church, check in.
It's Minister Jap.
Black women, they're some of the most worst bitches on with money, but yet they're still taking trips and they look fly doing it. They are the flyest broken bitches you're gonna ever deal with.
On Minister Jap TV.
Church, check in, man. Church, check in. What's happening? What's happening? Let me get this bullshit off the screen. What's good, man? Wake up, smell the Folgers. Good morning, Miriam. I'm Miriam in the building. Ida, I mean in the building. Undisputed Truth. Django. What's happening? Ali, what up? Oh, the mic messed up again? Hold on. Let me fix the mic. They always want to do is reset. Okay, how the mic sound now? How the mic sound now? Okay. Truck drivers in the chat, I see y'all. Internet passport, bro. Much love. Much love. Y'all hit that like, y'all hit that share. Y'all hit that super chat. We here to cook. We here to cook. We gonna talk heavy today, man. Gotta talk heavy. Follow me on Twitter. I promise you gonna see some things you ain't ever seen. I promise you. Salute to the Foundational Black Americans, Black History Month. Foundational Black History Month. I'm glad we know who's black and who's not. You know, I'm glad we know now. Let's get into this. Let's talk heavy. Church, check in. Talk to me. FBA business. Salute. The family. You know what I'm saying? Salute to us. You know what I'm saying? It's our month. You know, we gonna bask in our greatness. I keep trying to advise y'all to follow me on Twitter or X. You know, I've noticed that a lot of y'all have that old nigga mindset. You don't know how to download apps and hit the buttons. There ain't even no buttons on these motherfuckers no more. It's just a touch screen. You know, unless these apps come already installed on your phone, you don't know how to get to them. But I'm telling you, you're missing out. You know, you get to see who these clowns really are online. And we're going to be talking about that tonight. You know, I had that already pre-planned, but, you know, early this morning, you know, we got the news that brother Jesse Jackson, he passed, lived to 84. Blessings to him. You know, blessings to him and his family. You know what I'm saying? We're going to still talk about things heavy. You know, I'm going to say this. We're going to handle this as tastefully as possible. But I do have to inform y'all that I've been right. And you're about to see how right I was. How right I was. But see, here's the thing about being a respectful, free-thinking, straight black man, knowing what I'm up against. Knowing that how passionate the baby boomer, and who came before the baby boomers? I forgot what that motherfucker's called. But the baby boomer civil rights mindset, Negro, how passionate they are. They still our people, man. They are still our people. And this is family business, so we reserve the right to have the criticisms, but it will be respectful criticisms because, or the silent generation. Oh my God. The name says it all. Because they didn't say much. When I told y'all that these black folks that we've been listening to only want Jesus and jobs, you didn't realize how powerful that base was. And I told you that these are the most difficult Negroes to change. They are extremely programmed. They are extremely programmed, and progress to them is white acceptance. And you can't talk them out of it. The fried chicken Christian Negro, Being our representation is very powerful. But like I told y'all, they will eventually die out. Rest in peace to Jesse. But they will eventually die out, and that mindset will die with them. And you all were not prepared. Because they weren't prepared. Everybody has to understand that our generation right now has no black leaders. Al Sharpton is not of our generation. He does not connect. Jesse Jackson didn't connect. The last of the dying breed with a fight is Farrakhan. And we don't have many years left. In the fried chicken Christian mindset, in the old comfortable Negro was the biggest opposition to a man like Farrakhan. To a man like Malcolm X. A lot of these civil rights leaders were our heroes because white people said so. Obama is not our leader. Obama does not speak for foundational black Americans. Obama don't speak for us. He don't speak for men. Let alone black men, he don't speak for men. These are the we shall overcome. Let's march. Let's walk through Costco and not thinking where we're going to get our groceries if they shut down. These leaders kept us weak as a people. We pose no threat. That era is slowly dying out. And the problem with that era, because we have to be respectful. I'm respectful to my elders. Because I have the most pushback with letting them know what is the present day problem and truth that the free thinking straight black man has to deal with. They don't even know what the free thinking straight black man is because they are not free thinking and might be straight. And they consider everybody who's got pigment a black man. We are very specific with this shit. And when we're specific with something, they say, hold on, you're being divisive and you're not including everybody. See, the problem with these older folks, and I get on them, is because they don't want to hear knowledge from anyone younger than them. Even when the people who are younger than them are experiencing the repercussions of their lack of leadership and the mistakes of their leadership. And being able to drag the civil rights movement into every conversation and discussion won't work anymore. Because present day, we are not worried about the dangers of the white man, boogeyman. No. The white man is only angry on Twitter. And that's good, that's cute. They can keep being racist where it's safe at. You don't encounter them. I told you that the new battle is feminism and everything that embodies it. And that's that liberal shit. And our older generation kept the liberal shit in our community. And let's say, you know, with our leaders, they meant well at one point in time. But the problem with the old Negro is they don't know when to say, you know what, we fucked up. You know what, I had it wrong. They have to keep their bullshit going because their livelihood and their legacy is based on the so-called fight. And when the fight isn't there, they serve no purpose. So they have to keep you in a mindset to think that there is a fight that isn't actually there. That's what you keep hearing about the civil rights movement. And the civil rights movement wasn't gatekeep. It wasn't held for us. Our old Negro Christian leadership gave those freedoms and sacrificed all those freedoms and allowed those freedoms to be hijacked by tethers, gays, immigrants, and liberal white women. This is the importance of you understanding that, yes, having power, black folks have power, but without direction and leadership, true leadership, with a real mapped out plan, specific to a specific people, all that power will be dispersed and absorbed by everybody who did nothing. What have the gays ever done for you? Hit that like, hit that share, hit that super chat, turn my chat room up. Make sure y'all sharing this right now on Twitter and Facebook. Let's get it. Let's get it. Who have the immigrants helped? Who have the gays helped? Who have the liberal white women helped? See, you got to handle these elders with a little bit of respect to a degree because they still are people. They just lost. The rang the bell and they still swinging in the ring. Everybody left the arena. They still in the ring swinging. The civil rights fight is over. It got hijacked Because weak niggas didn't hold on to it. Having these discussions about this generational disconnection because we live in two different realities. They didn't live for us. They live for them, and that's why we have the problem we have right now. Which is a problem, and it's a good thing. Because with the fried chicken mindset, the fried chicken Christian, the old comfortable Negro, that mindset will die with them. It will die with them. They didn't transfer power. They did not transfer power. Regardless if you believe in Jesse Jackson's message, if you agree with Jesse Jackson's message, you can't deny that Jesse Jackson had power. Who is Jesse Jackson's understudy? Or did he hog the lane? Who is Al Sharpton's understudy? Or did he hog the lane? See, now we have to rebuild, which is going to take work because you got to understand when we started talking about being black, everybody's offended, but everybody can disrespect us. We have no people really speaking up for us. We got a bunch of immigrants who might look like us speaking up for us. We got women with microphones, black women with microphones, and dumb men that's following them, getting led into disaster like Black Lives Matter. The torch has never been passed. The old Negroes did us a disservice. They hogged the lane. The fact that you cannot right now tell me who is Jesse Jackson's understudy. It definitely isn't his son. His son grew to be a crooked politician trying to get back into politics. Jesse Jackson, I will honestly say this, Jesse Jackson, he meant well at one point. He meant well at one point. But at the end of the day, when in your mind you think that us to progress as a people, we have to be liked and accepted by white people. And no other group cares. Civil rights made us care about that. When we had our own washrooms, it was these old Negroes telling us, well, why can't we be in their washroom? We had our own buses. We want to ride on their bus. We had our own restaurants. Well, we want to eat where they eat. We had our own businesses, and fuck it, we're going to send our people to their schools and go work for them. And then when we look back, we got a bunch of educated Negroes living in white communities, looking back at the hood like ain't nothing there. Why? Because your elders told you don't come here. They told you your success is to get as far away from us as possible. There's no more fight in the old Negro. That old nigga kept us voting Democratic, voting blue no matter who. That's why we got, if it wasn't for men like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, we wouldn't have a Roland Martin, who's not even a Black American. These people are able to come into our community and be our voice because those old Negroes made these niggas comfortable. And they know if they keep you talking about civil rights, the civil rights movement, they will stay in business. And anybody saying, okay, civil rights is up and you niggas blew it. You didn't put specifications. Now we'll just give it to every motherfucker who hops the fence and comes over here. In fact, we'll treat them better than we treat your black ass. How's that for civil rights? You know? Oh man, we gonna really talk about this, man. You know, because if you look at it right now, and I've been trying to tell y'all for the longest, we don't have Black leaders. Part of the reason is anybody who was trying to come up as a Black leader, it was Jesse Jackson's generation there to tear it down. And they always hold, if they held the civil rights movement so dear, because they feel like you ain't went through nothing, youngster. Y'all generation ain't went through nothing. We went through the civil rights movement. But everybody's benefiting off of it except us. How did you let it get so easily hijacked? Because you want to give a hug to everybody. That's the problem. You want to give a hug to the world that don't love you back. You think Chinese people over here worried about white supremacy? Mexicans ain't even worried about that shit. Our direct problem we have right now is these immigrants. And they are tearing our asses up. Middle-class FBAs were supposed to create their own thriving communities and businesses, not solely support their structure. Salute to the Life of Cam. Y'all support this show. This is a fan-funded show. You know we shadow ban. You know how they do us. And again, these still are people. We still keep a level of respect for them. Rest in peace to Jesse. But how many Jesse Jackson Jr. type of niggas you have encountered in your life that you have the biggest pushback for having a free thinking, straight black mind? See, this is a generation that when you say you want to start a school, that's black owned and operated, here comes the nigga like Roland Martin finding every way to tear that down and try to say, well, invalid. White folks didn't put the check mark on it. Because white folks didn't put the check mark on it. But I told y'all niggas this day was going to come. And we have more. All of the civil rights leaders are about to transition. Shout out to Mike, 87th Street in the building, man. And we have no leaders. We have nobody to speak for us. What we have now holding microphones are tethers, immigrants, women, gays. So how is that going to trickle down to the free-thinking straight black man? Most of our voting turnout comes from the influence of old Negroes from Jesse Jackson's era. We got new niggas right now telling you don't vote. And then when we don't vote, we got the mindset of change. When we don't vote, these old niggas will vote. I got respect for Tariq Nasheed, but that was a dumb strategy. Because when you don't factor in the old Negroes who treat voting like a tradition, we got nothing to combat that mindset. Now, the numbers are dwindling down. This is why this is important, y'all. The liberals and the Democrats saw this was coming. They can't get you with everything is racist and they can't get us with that. Now we want something in our hand. We want something concrete. Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson are one and the same. Miriam, man, get these niggas turned up, man. Hit this motherfucking like button. Share this. Hit that super chat. You know? The liberals knew this day was coming, man. They knew this day was coming. And that's why the immigrants are here. The immigrants are here solely because this fried chicken Christian mindset is gone. It's not reliable anymore. It has been reliable for over, 50, 60 years. They knew how niggas was going to think because they knew niggas didn't think. It was predictable. The immigrants are here to be the new vote blue no matter who Negro vote. And they got hundreds of years of that tradition that's going to be within them because they're going to be so appreciative to being here because they're going to be attributing to the only reason that we're here is because the Democrats. It's not going to be because of black folks, Democrats and damn the conservatives and the Republicans because they are racist. They don't care about no black folks. Half of the Africans coming over here right now can't even tell you shit about the civil rights movement. They can tell you're lazy, though. You know, they come from piece of shit countries, but they can tell you everything that's bad with ours. They brought nothing to the table. Salute to Dotto, man. Say Black and Miles fun. Shout out to bro for the 5, man. Much love. Yeah, you think a Mexican cares about Black civil rights movement? If it wasn't for the Black civil rights movement, you all wouldn't be treated like humans. You probably wouldn't want to come here. But our leadership was so weak, they let everybody get a piece of the pie. And this is why they don't do anything specific for Black folks, because they don't, with taking away with the foundational Black American mindset, and I don't even want to call it a theory. I don't want to call it a movement. This enlightenment. Because now we know specifically what Black people are. But and that's why they fight so hard against that title. Because every other title came before. Everybody was able to unify under that and get the benefits of that. Jesse Jackson was trying to keep hoes alive. Don't talk about it. Say keep hoes alive. Nigga, you funny as hell. You say keep hoes alive. Okay, so y'all love me again? Y'all showing love to the church this morning? Bless him, man. Shout out to Corey saying embrace all things FBA, HBCUs, NOI, Black businesses. They got you feeling ashamed and making you think you racist because you love being Black. You crazy as hell. Time to take the blowtorch and go scorch earth on these tethers. Fam, don't worry. Tonight, we're going berserk on tethers and white supremacists. I'm gonna take you down my Twitter timeline tonight, and I'm gonna show you why we need to make sure we stay focused and know who the fuck we are and know who the fuck we around. I like the fact that Twitter is letting white folks talk crazy. They've been smiling in your face, dapping you up for so long, but they start these fake ass profiles and start crazy. But I don't want to get into that tangent. We talked about a lot of this shit. Make sure y'all go over to Patreon and watch that video. You know, I brought back some of the car videos. Shout out to y'all came through on the car videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be back riding around popping shit again. Yeah, go on to Patreon. I think I called that one. Don't let these YouTube niggas get you fucked up in real life. That's how I called it. Shout out to Marcus for the 20, man. Much love. Shout out to Chairman Mo with the 5. He said people like Jesse Jackson and all of those leaders are morons. Did George Jefferson give Archie Barker a piece of the pie while he was moving up? Shit. Come on, man. You know, and anytime, if you really look at these old civil rights leaders, anytime it was time to get serious, you know, and it was time to really tool up, they was the biggest opposition. They went against the Panthers. You know, they believed that if white folks just kept whooping us, one day they was just going to be like, you know what, we're sorry. We're just too bad. And that's what eventually happened. Because I tell people all the time, it's not like, you know, yeah, we was complaining a lot, but we didn't spill no blood about civil rights. Our blood got spilled. So, because we had a lot of leaders with good intentions but didn't have warriors. And that's why I tell you that the black church didn't produce warriors. In the moment that the real warriors started coming around, the NOY, the Black Panthers, they got the biggest resistance from the fried chicken Christians, but they were outnumbered. We got outnumbered by weak niggas. And what I'm telling you is that the fact that this mindset is dying out, it is a good thing, but it is, if not handled by the right group of people, we'll be back in the same position that we were under the fried chicken Christian leadership. We got a chance to spark up something totally different. We're already being met with resistance from the enlightened black folks on who foundational black Americans are and who's really black and who can claim that word black. Because I'm at the point, I don't even believe that anybody who's not from this lineage should even be claiming the word black, because where you come from, you all don't call each other that. You just have the skin to blend in and pretend, but you are not a motherfucking friend. Shout out to Marcus Majors, man, with the 10 Jap. You got a P.O. box. I want to send you some cigars. We chop it up, man. Hey, email me or inbox me on one of my Instagrams. Goddamn, just get at me through Minister Jap on Gmail. You know what I'm saying? We chop it up. I'll figure it out. Let me see. Let's see. They wanted Jesus, jobs, and justice. Well, but we got a chance to rebuild. This old Negro mindset is dying out. The elders that you're arguing with eventually are going to transition, inshallah. But end of the day, we got to still be here because they didn't truly live for our future. The old comfortable Negro is perceived progress and perceived success in our race. But it stops there. It stops with the boomers. It stops there. The old comfortable Negroes got the jobs with the pension and lost the fight. There's no fight left in them. That was the success. That was the pinnacle. Finding a good job that pays you to die. The job can't be passed on to your lineage. You will never grandfather your family branch into this employer. And the moment that you get the retirement, you all don't go start a business for your own community. And I'm talking to the old niggas right now, the men. You old niggas get retirements and you're well off, and the first thing y'all do is go get a motorcycle, get a passport, and go buy pussy. Go buy young bitches. Ask your children, when you die, can you inherit the young bitch? The young bitch. Can the young bitch be passed down? We put the young bitch on the mantle. why I absolutely at times despise a lot of these old niggas. It's only a few of them that are G's. Shout out to my brother, Big Sam, my mentor. A nigga who will call me and check me when I'm out of pocket. That's the type of real niggas who understand this. Ain't a lot of y'all. A lot of y'all come from the cloth of Jesse Martin. Progress ain't gonna come with peace and harmony, motherfucker. And when shit get real and blood gotta spill, you weak niggas fold up and wanna pray. But you get preyed on. Don't use the word fight if you ain't gonna fight. These old niggas got you worried about a white man that ain't worried about you no more. He did his job. He put some new motherfuckers in there, and now you want to hug up with these immigrants and tethers and call them your brother. Whole time they doing the same work as the white man. And they right there in your face, smiling, laughing, wearing Jordans, sagging their pants, and serving you fried fucking chicken in your community. And then you think as long as they ain't white, they all right. No! And I'm not telling you to go hate nobody. I'm telling you to love who the fuck you are first. As a foundational Black American, you know how offended everybody is now? For damn good reason, because they know that that old nigga mindset is no longer gonna work with these new niggas now. The problem is that we are not in abundance of numbers. The abundance of numbers come from that Jesse Jackson cloth. And we are being outnumbered by them. So we look crazy. We look divisive. No, we ain't getting taken advantage of anymore. Shout out to Marcus Majors, man, with these Spanish-speaking hillbillies. Yes, I despise that old generation, but I understand how powerful they are because they are the biggest base. And when Tariq got it wrong, yes, we understand that the system is messed up with the voting and everything like that. Yes, we should hold our vote and vote for who is in our interest. But we can just not do it because if we don't do it, you know who will? The people who come from the Jesse Jackson ilk with the civil rights movement spirit, who have been highly programmed for over 40, 50 years. Do you understand that that is going to be very hard to undo? You only have to combat it with the new generation and fire them up to combat that. But telling us to sit down on the sideline, we get overshadowed by older niggas, and then they become our spokesperson. Some niggas have become so anti how could I say traditional Negro? You get so anti that. Oh, these old motherfuckers are sellouts. You get so caught up in that. You don't even fight for the group that you are in. Still black. They ain't about to live forever, and their mindset ain't gonna live forever either. Shout out to Jamal, man. That mindset don't live forever either. Shout out to all the love coming through on the Cash App, man. Shout out to Charles, man. He said, being real, talk that talk. Shout out to Rob with the deuce. He say, Jap the Reaper, the tether killer. Bro, we cooking tethers tonight. I'm whipping up a tether stew. A tether stew. These greasy lip Christian niggas outnumber us. And the thing is, not only do they outnumber us, but they got passion behind their ignorance. See, we can't go to these old niggas with the whole, oh, we know it all ass shit. Yeah, we know they fucked up. And it's unfortunate that everything we do has to go clash with them. But if we don't clash with them, and we go and we just fall back and just let them do them, then they will be the representation for us for another 10 years or more. Because they know how to dress up bullshit black progress. Being able to drink from the water fountain of another motherfucking white person is not black progress. Somehow that got written in the history books like that was something. I don't want to be around nobody that hate me. And I'm not in the business of convincing somebody to not. Because when you try to convince any group of people, and I say forcing them to get along with you, that's something that's not really innately in them to want to do as a collective. So why are you forcing it? If it was love, you wouldn't have to ask. You got so fixated on trying to get love from all these other communities, you don't even love your damn self. And then now you shame people for overly loving themselves. The foundational black American mindset and just culture change and mindset and enlightenment offends these people now. They got to find some way to demonize that. The civil rights generation got us caught up in the vote blue no matter who BS. Yes. Jesse Jackson meant well, like a lot of our elders do, but they got it wrong. Jesse Jackson got it wrong. And we're not going to say that we haven't been saying this. Yes, he done some good things. Yes, he meant well. But when he got it wrong, he didn't correct it or let it be corrected or let it be challenged. One thing you can't do with our older generation is challenge them. That's one thing we can't do is challenge our elders. Oh, you must be, oh, you trying to be white. Oh, you going against your own. Oh, you a sellout. Jesse Jackson created a whole lot of confusion. We got black folks still running around here. I did it my whole fucking life. I call myself an African American. Ain't shit African about me. And Africans don't got no love for any of us. There ain't a place we can go in Africa and not get exploited. We called ourselves African Americans. It's on every job application. They considered that progress. Undoing that It's what being a foundational Black American is. Oh, that. Now and what they try to do is say, oh, you this and this. No, maybe he got some things wrong. Everything that we tried to do wasn't always right. Shutting down the family business to send your kids to college to go utilize all of their skills and innovative mindsets to build white wealth wasn't right. It made you sleep good at night thinking that was success. Okay, my kids gonna be good because they went to school. Whole time your kids right now are still out here with no real skills to pay the goddamn bills. And you still holding them down, working your factory job. You held down the whole fucking family. While everybody out here got degrees working for everybody else, getting pennies on the goddamn dollar. And the old Black man, the old fried chicken Christian, the old Black man in everybody's family is the center of our wealth. And who do we vote for? And what policies he keep going? Does he show strength or does he bow down to the agenda of a woman? Hit the like button. Next up, Al Sharpton. Let's go. Here you go. We're not wishing death on nobody. I'm just telling you death is inevitable, and this day was to come. Anytime we challenge our elders, they gaslight us by saying respect your elders. They act like constructive criticism is disrespectful. This is not being disrespectful against Jesse, but I'm telling you this was a mistake. And I'm telling you the reason why white America was so receptive to this, because they knew it was a fucking mistake. I'm talking about the term African American. You calling us Black African Americans, and Africans don't call us African. If that was the case, they would have went to war to bring us back. I'm not gonna make excuses for Africans either. They played a big role in that. They benefited for that. Whether they sold us for gunpowder, some spices, some fancy clothes, or some muskets. We was sold. White folks, they have to come hunting us down through the terrain. No, we was already in the cage, ready to go at the dock. And the reaction that you get when you say anything about being FBI, oh, you part of that group. It's not a group. It's your direct lineage. The term Black is a generic term. It's ours. Everybody can't come in and just be Black now. And that's the problem. Do you know for how long everybody was able to just come to this country and be Black? Every Puerto Rican, Dominican just came over here, I'm Black. When it's time to be Black, oh, I'm no Black. Africans, I'm Black. Oh, no, I ain't no Black. I'm not doing these catas. Everybody was able to come in and hijack Black. Black had benefits. Now they got their numbers up. They don't need us. Where's the love? It ain't there. Right, once Al Sharpton goes, sexism replaces racism. Bro, I've been trying to tell you, shout out to EV, man. Trying to tell these older niggas, man, it's a whole different fight. If you try to talk to one of these elders, they don't even know anything about this because they don't experience this shit. They've been 40, 50 years on the job, ain't never seen what sexual harassment is. They've been working with all men. They ain't working in corporate America or nothing like that. Drive trucks and they do their thing and get the fuck on. They grant to it a comfortable lifestyle. That's not going to be our reality. I thought maybe we was a part of the plan, getting us all calling ourselves African Americans, bringing intelligence to confuse matters, promote the double agents politically, rise and repeat. Bro, again, the old Jesse Jackson with the fro and all that, he might have meant well, started off well, but eventually he bit the cheese. And one thing, if I honestly could say, if I was a black leader in that day, I would probably be big, because I know just by looking at these people from that time, how powerful words and charisma was, and influence. Having a microphone meant something. You know? And you got to understand, here's the thing. Oh my God. Listen to me, church. Really listen to me. The three main black civil rights leaders of influence, the three main ones. It's probably, I know everybody's going to say a lot of them. But you got Martin Luther King, got Al Sharpton, you got Jesse Jackson. Now, what do all three of those men have in common? Before getting into politics, what do all three of those men have in common? I know y'all want to, it was Black History Month. Everybody gonna name out everybody. You're absolutely correct, young brother. Shout out to Caesar, man. They all come from the ministry. They come from the church. They come from the church. Now, when you start naming other black leaders that didn't come from the church, they got resistance from who? Fried chicken Christians. Reverend Jesse Jackson, Reverend Martin Luther King, Reverend Al Sharpton. Why white America was so receptive to them is because they came from the church. They didn't have to organically get the numbers. Like how the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had to do. And many others. They came with a flock already. And when you talk about Jesus, jobs, and justice, when you see it singing and dancing and fried chicken everywhere, it's easy to bring people into that movement. It was damn sure hard for Elijah Muhammad to uplift and upright the black man and woman. Next up, Reverend Jamal Bryant and Freddie Hayes. No, it's not. No, it's not. But that's a good observation. The reason why I mentioned the fact that you have to look at the fact that our three biggest prominent figures of that civil rights cloth and mindset all came from the church, because that means that any black leader right now would have to come from the church. And could you see right now with the mindset that you have, any black man, it's only one, Geno Jennings. Could be a leader to black folks. And the Honorable Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, but I'm talking about the church. See, that's another thing. People don't understand how powerful the church is. The church has heavy influence. Why do you think that every politician, when they want to connect with black folks, they go to a church? They're not going to a park to pick up games and shit. They're going to a church. If it's a picnic, it's a church picnic. But really think about it. What black leaders, young black leaders, here's the thing too. When these guys became leaders, they were young. I know that a lot of y'all got that Morgan Freeman mindset where you think these niggas was always old their whole life. Jesse Jackson was a young man at one point in time and a preacher. Martin Luther King was a young man at one point in time and a preacher. Al Sharpton was a young man and a preacher. They got let into politics. Here's another thing. Now that you know that present day right now, why do you say Jason Black? Why you say he's going to be a leader? See, this is what I'm talking about. You don't think well. Jason Black has a great channel. It's informational. But again, like I've always told all of y'all, that's not standing on business hiding. You believe in what you're saying, you take what come with it. I'm not sure if you could deem anybody a leader who hiding. And I don't think you're trying to be a leader if you're hiding. That's probably not his goal. But don't throw that name into who's going to be our leader. In this point in time that the older generation is dying out. Yes, he says some great things. It's entertaining. But Jason Black ain't showing his face. So that makes me question, how much do you believe in the shit that you saying? To me, I'll be like, nigga, you can't believe it. Because shit is too real to be hiding. And what the fuck are you hiding for? What you scared about? You see? That's another thing. That's what see, we just thinking different. You're like, yeah, you fighting for our people. What you scared of then, nigga? See, you will see a situation like Jason Black, and yeah, he talking good and talking and exposing the flaws of our old niggas and our old generation. But one thing you can't say about our old niggas, they wasn't scared. You knew who they were. They rode around with security. They was in the streets for real. They was really out here. Whether we like them or not, they were still here, out here. Can't take that away from Jesse Jackson. They rode with security, whatever, but they was rolling. He stood on that stupid shit. Call us African Americans with stupid shit. He stood on it and showed his face. Died like a G. You know what he looked like. So don't come to me with no anonymous leaders, man. Don't come to me with no anonymous leaders, man. Great information. Okay, maybe that'll enlighten somebody who has the heart to actually step out and implement what the fuck he's talking about. That's the positive we can gain from that. But other than that, if you ain't out here, like there's a lot of motherfuckers I don't like online. But I do look at the positive. I'll say, at least that nigga got the heart to show his face and stand on that stupid shit. He ain't no coward. We talk about no revolution and you know, you can't be identified. Hell, it could be a tether talking to y'all. You wouldn't know. So don't let these motherfuckers hype you up, man. That's why I dropped that video on Patreon. Don't let these YouTubers get you fucked up, convincing you to do some shit that they not even willing to do them damn selves. You know, that it's only so far I go to believe anybody who won't show their face. And I'm standing on that. I'm showing my face saying that shit. Nigga. Fuck is you niggas talking about, man? Yeah, you can't be, nigga, life is real. We ain't got time to be sitting here chopping it with anonymous motherfuckers. Shit is real out here. We ain't got time for all that anonymous shit, man. You mean this shit, man? Stand out here with us. Because the people you talking to ain't gonna be anonymous. They gotta live this life. Because I know it's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers doing videos and all that, man, behind the avatar. No. We ain't got time for that. I'm telling y'all real shit. I told y'all what's gonna happen. The older Negro generation is gonna die out. Old niggas. And again, this ain't no diss to Jason Black, but it's just real. That shit can only go so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I respect what he says. Sometimes it's good shit, but you know, end of the day, it's different when you actually gotta be out here. You know what I'm saying? And deal with the blowback of what the fuck comes with what you say. Shout out to 92 Dolo, man. Say appreciate the serving FBA all day with the 5. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Definitely getting the fish sandwich today, y'all. You know. Ramadan coming tomorrow, so gotta eat up good today. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he say he never show his face, always clowning motherfucker. You can't, no, nigga, you don't get the right to clown nobody. You don't get the right to clown nobody. Put your information out and just leave it be that. You can't clown nobody if you ain't showing your face. You know what I'm saying? That's just standing on it. You know? That's just standing on it. If you can't stand on it, man, leave it alone. Leave it alone, man. Like I say, man, don't say and like people like to use it. We standing on business. Nah, you ain't standing on shit. You know? You ain't standing on shit if nobody know where you're standing at. You see? We ain't doing none of that mystery shit. You know? Fuck all that. You know? But yeah, Jesse Jackson, you know, he did great things. You know, but it's also some things that have to be critiqued. Yes, our civil rights was fought for, but it also was compromised. And that's the thing. When you don't got no council of inner circle, you know what I'm saying, having a real inner circle, and you're just the boss of the movement and the only person that's always right, and can't nobody critique your direction and how you're moving, you know, we get weak leadership. And we get had. Jesse Jackson ushered in the whole African American, and America accepted that. Now that we back on that, hold on, we got to really evaluate that, because the African American mindset and term wasn't fitting when you actually brought Africans over here. And when Africans showed us that we were not Africans, we still fought to utilize that term. We didn't say, you know what, to the Tevas and all that, you know what, you're right. We ain't African. We were trying to hold on because, again, we have no argument with the Africans. When they say, okay, tell us where you from. What tribe? What country in Africa? Nigga, you ain't African. They fed my great-granddaddy pork. I'm still mad about that. Salute to Corey, man. You know? But rest in peace to Jesse Jackson. Again, you know, he might have meant well a lot of times. I can't call him a coward because you know where he at. You know where he was. He was moving around. He wasn't hiding. Made a lot of compromising decisions, you know. But he's still ours. His successes and our problems, that's still our people. He's still ours. And what we got to do is take from the successes of these old niggas and look at where they went wrong and not do it again. Now, we don't have, right now, present day, all of these preachers coming out of the church wearing the name Reverend are gay. So we will not have leaders out of them. They are compromised and they are extra inclusive to everyone. They even rewriting the religion to tailor make it to not offend the gay community. So at the end of the day, we cannot rely on the preachers to become our leaders. They won't be leaders. If they were going to be leaders, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, they would have brought them with them. And they would have been the younger dudes. Wouldn't be people TD Jakes' age. Could you imagine TD Jakes coming out right now as a leader? And what do they call, every time we have a black leader, what do they call him? What do they call him? Every time we have, anytime we speak on anything or show any resistance, they call it a civil rights protest, a civil rights activist. Every time they throw that civil rights activist, civil rights fight, that keeps you fighting the old nigga fight. What's the use of fighting for civil rights today, present day, when you gave it to immigrants, you gave it to gays, you gave it to Mexicans, Tevas, liberal white women? You gave it to all of them. It's been given to them. So it's no use. You're now not fighting that. You're fighting for your own identity, and you're fighting against the categories I named, because those are your direct oppositions. The white man's work is done already. That happened with the old niggas in the civil rights movement. You're not dealing with that present day. And they gaslight you into thinking you are. You're dealing with feminism. You're dealing with liberalism. You're dealing with the Jews. Who are like the final boss to white supremacy. That's what you dealing with. You ain't dealing with none of this shit. You black folks get jobs. Black folks getting jobs, nigga. Stop it. You know, oh, the police hunting us down. Man, get the fuck out of here. Us as free thinking straight black men, we know how to act when we're around the police. We ain't not worried about getting clapped. You worry about getting clapped, man, change your life. Give yourself to God, nigga. It's the last thing I'm worried about. We worried about in these streets right now, we're about crazy ass immigrants, and we worried about the offspring of the black single mother, nigga. I ain't worried about shit else. That's old nigga fighting. Them old niggas keep you in that fight because they didn't expect a new fight to come. That's another thing. They didn't understand that their lack of fighting would start a new fight of those people who hijacked our rights. And you can't unprogram the older Negro. That's why I said I will be arguing till I'm blue in the face with old niggas. I will be arguing till I'm blue in the face with old niggas. But they didn't pass the torch. I want y'all to really pay attention right now. Because it's going to be on the news, it's going to be trending. Everybody going to be talking about Jesse Jackson. You will not see his predecessor handling all questions and speaking on his behalf because he don't have one. There will be a higher press person from the family, but you wouldn't know if he had a predecessor because he would be out doing the work of Jesse. Farrakhan, predecessor of Elijah Muhammad. You knew who was up next. You know what the nation, who's up next. It's either Nuri or Wesley. I'll probably say Nuri or Wesley. Ishmael. You know. You're gonna see that. But you can't name me with a straight face on who is the predecessor of who's coming, who is taking the torch after Jesse Jackson, co-signed by Jesse Jackson. Same with Al Sharpton. The movement dies with them. That's why it's very important for you to push back on immigration. Reza Islam, too. Reza Islam. I can see that. Forgot about Reza. Tamika Mallory. Stop it. Say Jesse Jackson predecessor is Jasmine Crockett. Them old niggas would co-sign a loudmouth black woman. Because they come from weakness. One thing you can say about the black church, they were united and they were strong in numbers, but weak in their activities. They was getting their ass whooped. They was getting their ass handed to them. When Malcolm came outside of that police station with hundreds of soldiers, police ain't want no smoke. Why do you think that every time these rappers go to different places, they don't hire you niggas for no security? They hiring the FOI. They ain't hiring no church. You think they got a missionary Baptist church that's gonna secure a venue. You leg crossing, tambourine playing ass niggas, y'all ain't gonna do nothing. They calling the brothers, nigga. And the brothers hold it down. Them is warriors. When Malcolm came outside that police station, they had to let that brother get up out of that jail cell and take him to a hospital before it get ugly around here. Wasn't no Baptist church niggas coming out there because they was weak. And when some brothers saw that, they said, man, I've been living with a weak ass mindset, turning the other cheek my whole life. I ain't never seen a black man do that because they never knew a black man could. Martin Luther King had a dream, but now we got to live in this nightmare. And he didn't have the heart to stump the brakes and say, hold on, we making a mistake here. I'm sorry I led us here. We got to chill. They'll never love us. They trying to hijack all this progress. How much progress will it be if everybody gets it? And the people who's intended for it get overlooked right now. That's what civil rights has done. We are overlooked. So we're going to walk this thing down, man. Let's talk about Jesse Jackson, man. We'll talk about Jesse Jackson, man. Let's rest in peace.
Civil rights leader.
See, here's the thing, too. Again, we can have criticism about Jesse Jackson. I want to say this one more time before we get into this. We can all have criticism as black folks. He's ours. This is our business. This is FBA business. We talking FBA shit. We can talk about the family, talk to the family because we are the family. Now, we can't say that he was a coward. Can't say he hiding his face. Can't say he didn't put his boots on the ground. Whether he knew what he was doing or not, he made the mistake, so the mistake shouldn't get made no more. He made them before, so we could see where the compromise went wrong, what went right, what could have been better. But it's easy to just throw him down in the garbage disposal. You know what I'm saying? When we ain't did half the shit that he even tried to do. We ain't try to run for president. He tried. And I said he was the best, but he tried. So at the end of the day, we got a lot of niggas that's online revolutionaries, and can say some of the most stuff to fire you up, but won't show their fucking face. So I don't think they ever mean it. He was out here talking that talk when niggas was getting Charlie Kirk. A lot of people say, man, he was behind MLK getting shot. We don't know that. We hear all these theories. But he was out there when shit was real. You wasn't, I wasn't, so I can't take that away from him. Whether I agree with him or not. The African-American thing, he came up with that, but that just goes to show you we got power to have influence if we just do it the right way. It was wrong. It didn't work. But now we know where FBA is. So who the fuck gonna step up and go to the government and put FBA on the books and not African Americans? Scratch that off and put FBA on the books and get specificity on what these Africans are and all of these other groups, and stop lumping us in with minorities and colored folks. Now that we know that, we got to implement that same influence. So he had influence. And again, just watch. This is very important. Our older generation in 10 years will not have influence over our community, because if they wanted to keep this mindset going, they did a terrible job by not handing down the torch. Because You don't have no leaders. You don't got Rose is not no leader. Eric was it Michael Eric Dyson? It's not no leader. No, you know, I'm talking about people who got a real united front behind them, but a united front behind them, and can put out the call and march on Washington. The only person that's got that power right now is Farrakhan. And there are several candidates to take that torch. During the next census, we can write FBA. Yeah, we need to.
All right, here we go straight to a Fox News alert. American civil rights leader, Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, but understand what I'm saying. Saying Dr. Claude Anderson is OG to you. Yes. He's enlightening. Yes. But go to your average black person right now and ask them, do they know who Dr. Claude Anderson is? The numbers come from the black church. If Dr. Claude Anderson came from a black church, he would be a leader right now. He don't got the numbers. You know about him because you want to know about him, which I appreciate you, respect you for that. But you got to understand the where our people are. Our people don't read, they get read too. A lot of our people don't want to learn the truth because they don't go search for it. So that's why they like their politicians good, white and polite. And they like, NBC, ABC and shit like that. Because that's what they're accustomed to. And you got to understand, you can't break the traditions of old niggas. I told y'all I met Jesse Jackson before, right? He was a cool nigga. I met Jesse Jackson on some player shit. I got to tell y'all a story because it's actually true. Every aspect of it is true. I met Jesse Jackson on some player shit. I was out on a date with this badass bitch with some fake titties. First time I seen fake titties. I was young too. I was young too. I was working downtown Chicago on my corporate shit, coming through blazers and button-ups looking like, what I'm saying, something from the John Legend video or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Looking like a Tyler Perry character and shit in a romance comedy, I met this badass bitch. The bitch was married. I wasn't shit. I was a dog at the time. Bitch was married. Bitch was married to a politician. Last name was like Skokin or something. Skoing and something like that. And she died. But I thought she was a sister. When I first seen this bitch, I thought she was a sister. She had like a little short, little sassy cut. Had on some little designer sunglasses and shit. You know what I'm saying? She was shining. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna say something to this bitch just to say something, nigga. I'm one of them niggas. So I said, I got out of it, whatever like that. Fucking with this broad. She was married like a motherfucker, married to some politician, nigga. And in the area I was in, it was politicians. This is the Gold Coast when the Gold Coast was before the niggas was shooting up the Gold Coast. So she used to take me to a lot of fancy restaurants and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I started to get kind of familiar with a lot of fancy restaurants and shit through the bitch. And she took me, and hold on, I'll go back. I thought she was a sister. She wasn't a sister. She was actually, you say quarter zip Jap? Yeah, I was on all that shit. Quarter zips, you know what I'm saying? Clean as a bitch, you know what I'm saying? You know, she wasn't a sister. She was actually like Filipino with a dark tan, like kind of. I was like, because I didn't believe she wasn't black till she started talking. I was like, oh, you're not black. Then she took her glasses off. Then she had to slit it out. I was like, damn, this motherfucker was a little darker than me. You know? And I was so, he said, explain the bitch. And I was so curious. I was a young thirsty nigga. I was so curious because I never seen fake titties in real life. So I wanted to see it, man. Explain the bitch. I really wanted to see what fake titties look like. So I was like, man, you know, she didn't really have no ass. That's it. That was Asian. That was Asian. But I wanted to see what these big fake titties look like. I was just enthused by saying, explain the bitch. I really wanted to see what these big fake titties look like. You know, eventually I did it. I got to see them, you know, before I fell out with this bitch in the back of a cab. But she took me to these nice restaurants, and she took me to Gibson Steakhouse on the Gold Coast. And I'm sitting there chilling. And guess who walks up to me? Gives me a handshake and a pound and say, and do this to me. Jesse goddamn Jackson. Jesse Jackson. I ain't gonna always say nothing bad about Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson gave me the nod like, I see you, young nigga. I see ya. You know what I'm saying? I see ya. So I always got a little respect for Jesse Jackson. Because he was looking at what I was looking at. Them shiny ass titties. Explain the bitch. True story. If I'm lying, I'm fucking flying. True fucking story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the bitch had that paper. If I knew what I knew now, I'd really been breaking on that bitch. I was juggling too many bras, younger bras, because she was older than me too. You know, I could have really used that bitch. And when I thought about it, I had to look at the bitch up, I'm like, damn, the bitch died? I was like, damn. I looked the bitch up online, the bitch died, man. You know, she was fucking with some politician and she broke the politician nigga for a gang of money and took the kids and all types of shit. Then I seen the last picture of the bitch got fat. I was like, oh, shit, dodge the bullet. That knew her and knew what you was about to get. Hey, man, he probably did. So let me tell you how Gibson's was. Gibson's is on the main strip in the Gold Coast. And right across the street is all the politicians on the South Side, in Chicago live, because that's not the South Side. And it's literally 100 feet away from the restaurant. You know, the restaurant, they got the outdoor sitting, and then you got the indoor. So he goes over there every day just to go grab lunch or something and then go back to his apartment. So he might have knew who that broad was when he dapped me up like, man, I know, because the bitch used to live in that area. She never took me to her crib because she lived with the politician man and all that shit. And I forgot what he was. I don't know if he was like a alderman or some type of attorney or something, but he was an elected official. The bitch was still cheating. But Gibson's and like Senior Frog and it's right around the corner. It's like Carmine's. It was like all of the big fancy restaurants. I was up in there, you know. And Jesse gave me a shout out, so I respect Jesse. He's seeing a young player move. You know? Rest in peace to Jesse for that, man. Hey, Jesse, you know, nigga. Jesse. You know?
Explain the bitch.
But yeah, man, you know. I'm not gonna lie and like the bitch was fine, but don't get it fucked up. I didn't like the bitch. That's what I did. I didn't like the bitch. I was like, yo, when she was talking, it was hard to break through her accent, and it was just I was like, I see why these older white men liked her, because she was with an older white dude, an older white politician. Her last name was like a Jewish name, like Skoing or something. Oh, that wasn't her real name. Something. But I didn't really like the bitch. You know? I think we went to one black club and she tried to pop off on some motherfuckers out there. Hey man, chill out, man. She don't know what the fuck she talking about, man. She's a tether. She's a tether, man. For me, bruh. Don't shoot her, bruh. She's a tether, man. She don't know what the fuck you talking about, man. She's a goddamn tether, bro. Oh yeah, man. Jack, come on. We know it was Lori Lightfoot's wife. Nigga, you seen Lori Lightfoot's wife, nigga? She looked like that bitch that Angela Reese hate. What's that chick that Angela Reese hate in the NBA? Shit, she looked like Lori Lightfoot's wife looked like Just Pearly with a haircut.
Explain the bitch.
Say, what about them titties? Yeah, nigga, they was big, brown, round, stiff as hell, like balloons, like brrr, and had nipples this big, nigga. Look like some flotation device. I just wanted to see him. I was a pervert. Pervert, nigga. I was pervert, nigga. Pervert, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know? Oh, yeah. I you know, definitely wasn't going to go meet moms with that motherfucker. Live the crazy life. Shout out to Jesse, man. Rest in peace to Jesse, man. Let's get into this, man.
Has died. His family announcing the news overnight.
Although a cause of death has not yet been announced, we do know he was suffering from a rare neurological disorder after initially being diagnosed with Parkinson's back in 2013.
Mike Tobin takes a look at his life and legacy.
Put your hands together for our leader, the Reverend Jesse Louis Jackson.
Civil rights leader, politician, and community activist Jesse Louis Jackson was born October 8th, 1941 in Greenville, South Carolina. He met Jacqueline Lavinia Brown. They got married in 1962 and together had 5 children. At that time.
See, these old niggas are holding the torch because they was the first niggas to start marching. So they want to, keep getting credit for that. Damn, Jap, I didn't get a notification. You gotta expand the show. Expand the show. I can't. How can I expand the show when y'all don't share it? Did he preach the Bible? Of course he did. Of course he did. Shout out to Rons, man. Rons, didn't you say you want me to cook some tethers, man? You're missing out. We've been cooking tethers. I just told these motherfuckers how I was on a date with a tether. Tether almost got a shot. You know?
In the early 60s, the country...
So they turned your notifications off. See, now I told y'all it's not me, man. They be fucking... They don't want you to hear the truth, man. They want these goofies to be at the forefront.
...was in the throes of the civil rights movement.
Will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood? I have a dream.
You sit down at the table, man, fuck that. They don't season their food. See, we want to sit down at their table. eat that unseasoned food. No, man, that was the problem. But we didn't. But see, here's the thing. To the old niggas' defense, they didn't know that they was creating a problem. We are here right now, able to analyze the problem because we get to look back at what they tried to do. And it just didn't work. They won't concede and just say, you know what, we made great efforts, but this wasn't, this plan could have been better, and this plan didn't work. It didn't work out for y'all. We ate good. You know, and we gonna continue to eat as long as we keep this shit going. But we about to die out, and y'all can't keep screaming the civil rights movement when, you know, they will lump in anything that's of stupidity into it. They lumped in trans rights into our shit. They lumped in George Floyd. You know, we have dumb ass movements.
Jackson says he was so inspired by Dr. Martin Luther King, he went to work for him and was with King when he was assassinated in 1968.
See? Now, he was Martin's underling. Who is Jesse Jackson's underling? I'm just trying to tell you, the old niggas, after this era, they held the torch till they died. The torch is going to be in the casket with him.
Actually succeeded Dr. King after King's assassination in 1968 as the premier leader of the civil rights movement. I never stopped serving.
In 1971, Jackson founded a group called People United to Save Humanity, or Operation Push. Jackson ran for the presidency in 1983, but lost the Democratic.
See, again, we can say all we want, but the Rainbow Push building is still right there. I believe on Drexel. Is it on Drexel or King Drive? It's right over there in the 40s somewhere. I forgot. It's still over there. You know, so a lot of these anonymous face niggas tearing down Jesse ain't did what he did. So I give respect to it. But we still have to give critique to it and what we need to do.
Nomination to Walter Mondale. In a second try in '88, Jackson landed second place in the Democratic.
There's one thing you can say about the fried chicken Christian generation. They knew how to get government dollars. We don't do that now. Umar Johnson could have had 10, 12 schools by now if he had the mindset that the old niggas had on how to utilize the government, if he was going to utilize it in the right way. They knew how to get money out the government. Umar just finished the school from what I heard. We're gonna dive into that. I got to really do some more research, see what's really going on from what he's saying. But one thing about this generation, this fried chicken Christian generation, they knew how to get the government to fund their ideas. You know who's doing that right now? The Tethers, the Somalians, the Arabs, the Africans, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans. They know how to get government dollars, and they use them for their agenda. We could barely get niggas hit the GoFundMe, hit the super chat, hit the cash app without getting resistance, nigga. They was getting the big government checks back then too. Even with the gangs, from Larry Hoover to Walter Wheat, Jeff Fort, they got the reason why the gangs in Chicago never die and got so big because it started off as a political organization. And it was people like Jesse Jackson who taught Jeff Fort how to get that government check. Now, whether they used it for good or not, that was on them, but they knew how to go get that money. Unite with those numbers and go get that money from the government. We got those numbers, but we don't go get that money from the government. We got niggas talking niggas out of it. Oh, we don't need reparations. I hope you don't get it. Then the nigga Anton say, I hope you niggas never get reparations. See, certain niggas we don't even let have this conversation with us. I want everything that they giving these other motherfuckers. What you mean? If it's good for the Jews, it's good for you. You have to educate me. Y'all said the Bloods and Crips got some money. I don't know about that. I can't really speak on LA gang politics and shit like that. But I know when it comes to Chicago gangs, you know, it's not really a gang like y'all call it. You know, I'm just saying that as a generic term. These are organizations that's not organized currently right now that look like gangs. But they are really organizations, just like a fraternity. Like, you know, sometimes you are born in, you like it's handed down, it's literature, it's, you know what I'm saying? It's a way of life, it's, you know, it's laws, policies, it's a lot of things. So, you know, and it's got a big religious aspect of it. A lot of the Chicago gangs got a lot of Islamic Moorish science of America ideology to it. Don't really have a Christian base in it because, again, you're still dealing with men with warrior spirits. So it's going to definitely, you know, exude a lot of Islam. You know what I'm saying? But it's really like family type shit. It's really like, you know, when you start talking about the Jeff Fort and the Moles, I would say, like, be honest, if you're from Chicago, you know the Moles and the Vice Lords are some of the most religious members of organizations. I hate calling them gangs because we older. The shorties is gang members. But organizations. Not so much with the GDs. You know what I'm saying? Even though Larry Hoover is a Muslim now, you know, but he wasn't around to really push Islam to the brothers like how Jeff Fort did. You know what I'm saying? And I you know, I'm from the South Side, so ain't a whole lot of Vice Lords, but I think, you know, I from what I've seen, a lot of the Vice Lords, they really be on their Islamic shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And Jesse Jackson, if you do the knowledge on Jesse Jackson and Jeff Fort, you know what I'm saying, was working together. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Fort had numbers. You know what I'm saying? They was doing some work. Even with Jeff Fort in the what was it? Fred Hampton Jr. in the Panthers. You know, it just got infiltrated, and you know, a lot of people, you know, got manipulated and started doing the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? But they was able to get government dollars. And if I was a betting man, I would bet that Jesse Jackson was the one that showed them the way. So salute to that.
Primaries falling short to then Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis.
Okay, hold on one second. Shout out to Aleem 5252 with the 5 and say the baby boom generation pulled the ladder up from us while neglecting us by going out and having fun every weekend. Even my mom would be at the club. Yeah, the older generation didn't do anything to hand up and down. That's why we're going to always have conflicts with the baby boomers, because they think that we have black progress and they didn't keep it going. Like Jesse Jackson, them generation gave the baby boomers the comfortability to do nothing. but keep praising that generation and not looking forward on what's to come for us. No.
1971, Jackson founded a group called People United to Save Humanity, or Operation Push. Jackson ran for the presidency in 1983, but lost the Democratic nomination to Walter Mondale.
He ran for president. Which is unheard for the black man. He was one of the first black men to do it, so can't take that away from him. He tried, my nigga.
Second try in 88, Jackson landed second place in the Democratic primaries, falling short to then Massachusetts Governor Michael Dukakis.
He played a significant role in the transition, to some extent, of the civil rights movement from protest to politics.
Around this time, the civil rights leader formed a group he named the Rainbow Coalition because it was made up of people from all races and ethnic.
That's where he messed up. That's how we get infiltrated right there, like how they did with the NAACP. That's how we got fucked up. When you start involving everybody in family business, it no longer becomes family business. Now it's really rainbowed out. Now it's really rainbowed out. Let's go.
Backgrounds.
That is the unfinished business that I'm about, fighting for equal opportunity for all Americans and peace in the world.
But Jackson's reputation took a major hit in early 2001. A tabloid broke the news that the Reverend fathered a child out of wedlock with one of his aides, Karen Stanford. Some supporters were outraged, but several civil rights leaders spoke out.
So what? Nigga. See, niggas get caught up in what niggas doing. You know what I'm saying? But again, that is another problem too. You know, because this is the same thing why we got mad with Umar. We got a good thing going and you can't have dick discipline. You got to understand. You can't just do what regular people do on the dating scene and dating world when you are a face and you are the man of the mission. Sometimes you got to turn that pussy down. Because even when you look at how they talk about Martin Luther King, they're like, yeah, he was fucking with white women. Again, if he had dick discipline and some real friends, you know what I'm saying, to either shut the bitch up or you know, to give him real advice and not be do boys. That's why you can't have do boys in your circle. Because you start thinking that you right with everything. I don't have no do boys around me. If you my real friend, you're gonna tell me the truth, right or wrong. If you got love for me, you gonna tell me the truth, right or motherfucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's up for me to do what I do. And if I make a mistake, it's up to me to come back and be like, you know what, you was right. And I've always done that. As a real nigga. I'm always gonna tell the truth, like, yeah, you know what, bro, you was right on that. I was out of pocket. But that's how you know you're dealing with real people. That's why I tell y'all about my L's and my wins. Just like the brother Simple the P. Much love to Simple the P, man. Rest in peace to Simple the P. He always told us about the L's he took and the stupid shit that he did and what he learned from it, so you won't have to do that. And if we look at all our great leaders, what the fuck always take a nigga down? The bitch. Pervert. You know what I'm saying? You know? So regardless of whatever he do, everything is overshadowed because he was sitting around here fucking with a bitch on the side.
Explain the bitch.
First class citizens say Jesse Jackson was the first Obama before Obama pushing the Rainbow Coalition before it became popularized and enforced. That's where he made the mistake. That was the mistake. We didn't know. They didn't know it was going to be a mistake. You know, we get the opportunity and we're fortunate enough to look at the mistakes of the people who came before us. Rainbow Coalition is a mistake. It's just like when you bring immigrants over here and you bring them into politics. Who do they really pledge their allegiance to? It can't be America. In China, you will never see the first Chinese black president. No. It won't even be a nominee or runner-up. It won't even, motherfucker, they won't even let you even try to get the effort to even try to do it. Who the fuck are you to be running us, nigga? That's what they're gonna look at. If we had, I tell people all the time, you believe in all this immigration shit? All right, cool. Let's say we have a Mexican president. And it was time to go to war with Mexico. You think they ain't gonna be partial? You think they ain't gonna have no allegiance to them? Don't bomb my people. You know, nah. It's a conflict of interest. Let's go.
Out in support of Jackson.
And Reverend Jackson will get up, brush himself off, and keep on marching. And we'll be marching right there with him.
Congratulations.
Over the years, Jackson was recognized over and over again for his work on equal rights and efforts to help the less fortunate. He collected over 35 honorary degrees.
Reverend Jesse Jap.
You say, keep on marching. You see that? That's that old fried chicken Christian Negro. Them old keep on marching ass niggas. Hold on.
This leader spoke out in support of Jackson.
And Reverend Jackson will get up, brush it.
This is the perfect example. Let's zoom in so y'all can really see. This is what we up against. They don't got many years left. These are the Negroes who will come out in droves, in wheelchairs and hover arounds if they have to vote us into this mess. So like I told you, I got respect for Tariq, but that is the wrong fucking strategy to tell us to sit down. We got the free thinking straight minds. Why are we sitting out of the elections? Whatever they vote for, I'm voting against it. Keeping our vote to ourselves keeps this mindset in power. They think they can march their way into everything. You can't march your way into motherfucking respect. The fuck is walking gonna do? President Biden's coming back. He the come back kid. These niggas. This is the definition of the fried chicken Christian.
Himself off and keep on marching. And we'll be marching right there with him.
Congratulations.
Over the years, Jackson was recognized over and over again for his.
And that's what these old niggas wanted Obama to be. But Obama don't come from that lineage. He just was black and y'all just wanted something black in there. And he ain't do shit for a black man. Come on.
Work on equal rights and efforts to help the less fortunate. He collected over 35 honorary degrees.
Reverend Jesse Jackson is just so special, not just to us, not just to our country, but to our world.
Supporters say in the last several decades, Jesse Jackson did more than anyone to move this country's civil rights agenda forward.
We now have the first African-American president. It would not have been possible if it were not for Reverend Jesse Lewis.
See, again, all his efforts paved the way for a motherfucking tether. Gave all our efforts to tethers. Tell me I'm lying. Most of that generation told us not to vote, but y'all start voting or get ruled by idiots. Is Obama named Barry? I'm honestly asking, bro. I mean, they used to call him Barry Santerio or something like that. Green eggs and ham, Sam I am, head ass nigga.
Jackson.
I've sought to be a long distance runner.
And really, I'm with you. It's still, again, he's still our brother. It's still rest in peace to him regardless. But I'm just telling you, all his efforts went to the tether. Went to the tether. And this is a leg crossing booty scratcher. Now we became victims of tethernomics. I like that in our hoods. First class citizens, I like that. Tethernomics.
I like to be measured by my box score, not by the home run or the strikeout, but being a long-distance servant.
And Jackson's followers promised the movement will continue.
We are not afraid. God damn it, we shall overcome. This is why we ain't getting nowhere. Come on. Singing in my.
And Jackson's followers promised the movement will continue.
We are not afraid.
Mike Tobin, Fox News.
All right, here we go straight to Fox News.
There you go, man. There you go, man. You see? You see? See what I'm trying to teach you niggas, man? The old niggas had a lot of bright ideas, had the numbers to get them done, but the shit didn't work. And when it wasn't working, they just kept doubling down and hoping that it'll eventually, work itself out. And it ain't work itself out. We got to deal with tethernomics. I like that. Shout out to the brother, man. We're gonna do a show on tethernomics, on how the black community works. And just the tethernomics. We're gonna deal with all the culture vultures in the black community still shitting on it online, but benefit off our black ass. Benefiting off our black ass. Yeah, man. It's And he lived a long life, man. And at least he wasn't gay, man. He was getting pussy, man.
On the news of Jackson's death this morning.
Oh, it's a very very sad day, and I think for a lot of people, not just Democrats and not just African Americans. Although this is a man, when you just listen to everything he's done, from civil rights. I remember the Rainbow Coalition.
I need y'all to pay attention to. Watch how the liberals are going to hijack this and try to win the hearts of all of these old fried chicken Christians, because this has happened in Black History Month. You're going to see tethers and everybody just overly black all of a sudden. God damn. The fuck? They're going to be overly black. They try to shut me down. Motherfucking speaker away. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be overly black. Overly black.
I'm going to be dating myself here, but I remember that got a lot of youth to be interested in the political process and to get, a lot of youth, especially out to vote. And then, of course, just the enthusiasm, when he ran and when he, got people in the African-American community, out to be involved in politics, especially among the youth. Again, this is definitely a man who made his mark on society. When you just, if you helped to negotiate one hostage to come home in your lifetime, I think you can say, I've done good, and he did a lot of good. Yes, he had a minor fall from grace there, but he certainly did a lot of wonderful things that really helped, especially not just within his community, but beyond that, and not just in politics, but beyond that as well.
You talk about the Rainbow Coalition, the fact that he was able to negotiate for hostages. What is the biggest thing, I should say, that stands out to you about his life?
Wow. He was just such a respected leader. I met him once, and people say this about a lot of famous people, right? I've heard this said about men, I've heard it said about women, but it was very true where he had the ability to make you feel like you were the only person he was talking to, even though there was a line of people after you and a line of people before you that he had been talking to and that he had just met. And when I met him, I just saw the amount of reverence and admiration, especially, within the African American. And
now, this is another thing. Got to understand, when you're talking to these older niggas, Jesse Jackson is the closest thing to Martin Luther King to them. And the liberals know it. And they still here. The old fried chicken Christians are still here. And they still got numbers. So they are you're going to see them overly highlight Jesse Jackson. When they used to tear him down, they're going to be overly highlighting him to gain the hearts of our elders. And that's what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. But he lived a hell of a life. He's 84 years old. Did his thing. His son, I already see this going to happen because his son is making a run for, is he running for governor? He's trying to run for something in Illinois. He got out the feds for misappropriating that campaign money and shit, buying Rolexes and shit for hoes. Again, you know how these niggas do. But you're going to see his son overly use his name too. You're going to see that too. Especially during Black History Month.
But I am.
See, this is the old school activism, and they're still holding on to that. We can't lie like they didn't pave the way for activism at the time. That's why I'm not going to take nothing away from them on that. But the direction of what they were doing, we're not getting the maximized results of it because it's been given away. It's been hijacked.
I may be poor, but I am somebody. I may be on welfare, but I am somebody.
Somebody, that I am somebody. You cannot take that out of the hearts of our old niggas right now. We thinking about hold on, man, we ain't on welfare. We ain't thinking about welfare. You know what I'm saying? This is all an argument to convince white America that we are somebody to them. I don't give a fuck what they think. Our biggest problem is what we think of ourselves. We're not happy until white folks say, we like you. And we don't even like our damn selves. Now that we started talking about FBA, Foundation of Black Americans, and now we're separating ourselves from the people who are others and tethers, now they are like, oh, now y'all are being radical. Now y'all the new KKK. We ain't hanging nobody. This ain't no violent movement. We're just acknowledging the fact that you separate yourself from us and we saying, okay. We're not giving you any resistance and begging you to be black. We're not begging you to be black. We're not begging you to like us.
I may be in jail, but I am somebody. I may be uneducated.
We ain't about all this. Down in ourselves. We uneducated. We ain't doing all that. They did that then. We don't do that now. So this don't apply right now. It's almost offensive right now. At that time, this would have power, but right now it don't.
But I am somebody. I am black, beautiful, proud. I must be respected. I must be protected. I am
See, there was some fight in niggas back then. They don't fight like that no more. They got all these people ended up getting good jobs, Jesus, and some justice. And now everything is all right. Now we got to deal with the reality of what actually happened. He secured a future for them, but not for us. They did not pass the torch. That's why niggas don't inherit shit. We don't inherit businesses. We don't have family businesses. You know, we don't have that shit no more. Shout out to Quentin, man, on the Cash App, man. Blessings to y'all, man. Y'all hit the like, y'all hit the share, hit the Cash App, hit the super chat. Respect this show. It is a fan-funded show. The fans fund the show. They don't let me out of the shadow, man, and let your boy be monetized crazy. So y'all got to keep this thing going. Let's go. But yeah, man. You know, he was one of the motherfuckers that you know, he did a wish wash with Trump. I want to say he did a wish wash with Trump. He was you know, Trump backed him 2 times to run for president. That's why I'm like, man, y'all keep talking this shit. Nobody ever brings that up. Why none of the lovers of Jesse Jackson even remember this bit of trivial knowledge that Trump was the one who paid for Jesse Jackson to run for president twice and ain't gained a dollar, just lost money.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive.
See, keep hope alive. You know, this is when the fight was over. Keep hope alive. Jesus, justice, and jobs. Ain't no fight in that. The I am somebody had more fight than that. They know Jesse Jackson for keep hope alive and I am somebody.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. On tomorrow night and beyond.
See, what black man of today got that many numbers? The only one that you can name would be Farrakhan. But it's too many black folks against Farrakhan.
Young America, hold your head high now.
See, when y'all be naming like, yeah, Dr. Claude Anderson, y'all want to start naming all of these scholars. Yeah, these are niggas who are great in the books and researchers. That's the one thing. Some of these niggas are not leaders. They're just researchers. They don't have the charisma to actually be the leaders. It takes a level of charisma to get on that mic and to deliver a message that resonates with people on a broad scale like that. There is not a torch that was passed down from Jesse Jackson that will mimic that crowd reaction right now. So that civil rights leadership is gone.
We can win. You must never.
Who the fuck is that? She look good, motherfucker. That's shit. That look like if Reggie Miller's sister wasn't gay, nigga. But that's when, see, this the 90s. This when black women used to look good, goddammit. Explain the bitch. Who is that? Boyce Watkins up next. Boyce Watkins ain't gonna, come on, stop it. This when black women used to look good, goddamn.
Stop dreaming. Face reality, yes. But don't stop with the way things are. Dream of things as they ought to be. Dream. Face pain. But love, hope.
You see, all that. We don't do that no more. We not these niggas no more. That's why the immigrants is here. Because those niggas don't exist no more. That's that tambourine playing ass nigga. Get him a plate of chicken. He gonna vote whatever you do.
Faith and dreams will help you rise above the pain. Use hope and imagination as weapons of survival and progress, but you keep on dreaming, young America. Dream of peace. Peace is rational and reasonable. War is irrational in this age and unwinnable.
Oh, there you go. Right there. You just heard that took the fight out of the Negro immediately. Salute Jap on Rumble for notifications. That took the fight out of niggas immediately. War is irrational and unwinnable. You walked in losing. We walked in with weakness. That's what that rainbow shit was about, getting along and shit. You don't get respect from getting along with niggas. You get respect from positions of power, nigga. That's the white flag being waved. How to strip the fight out of a Negro, that's right there. Right there.
Dream of teachers who teach for life and not for a living. Dream of doctors who are concerned more about public health than private wealth. Dream of lawyers more concerned about justice and the judgeship. Dream of preachers who are concerned more about prophecy than profiteering. Dream on the high road with sound values. You must never surrender to inequality. Women cannot compromise ERA or comparable word. Women are making 60 cents on the dollar to.
See what I'm saying? Taylor making everything to the women. That's why this was when the women started getting ahead of us. Now things have went to shit. None of these messages ever are tailor-made to the free-thinking straight black men. That's why our communities are ran by these bras. Explain the bitch.
What a man makes, women cannot buy meat cheaper. Women cannot buy bread cheaper. Women cannot buy milk cheaper. Women deserve to get paid for the work that you do. It's right and it's fair.
And it's half-ass work.
I'm often asked, just say, why do you take on these tough issues?
None of this is about black women or
They're
black
not very political. We can't win that way. If an issue is morally right, it will eventually be political. It may be political and never be right. Fannie Lou Hamer didn't have the most votes in Atlantic City.
See, he was able to get the hearts of white folks. That's why they ain't touched Jesse. That's why he was able to live to 84. Change the direction of the message. When the message became the rainbow, okay, we'll leave you alone. Now you're not on the FBI radar. We ain't got to take you down. But don't you unite them niggas.
Principles have outlasted every delegate who voted to lock her out. Rosa Parks did not have the most votes, but she was morally right. Dr. King didn't have the most votes about the Vietnam War, but he was morally right. If we're principle first, our politics will fall in place. When you see Jesse Jackson, when my name goes in nomination, your name goes in nomination. I was born in the slum, but the slum was not born in me. And it wasn't born in you, and you can.
See, you're not going to see all of these people that you're naming right now, whether they be YouTube, or they got a bunch of followers and shit like that. Yeah, he could have 4-5 million motherfuckers follow him on Instagram. Are they going to show up in an arena like this and scream his name? They're not going to do that. That's why you see Umar Johnson and Boys White. They ain't dissing them, but I'm just saying, we don't have the Jesse Jacksons of that day did not pass the torch down. So there's nothing, we're starting all over. That's why you see all these people with all this big social media following. Y'all think that social media shit resonates in the real world. This is actually the real world. Those are the people that's in that audience. Unfortunately, whether you like them or not, that is the real world. The people in the comment section are not the real world. So whoever you deem to have the people right now Can they do this? So you can't take it away from Jesse Jackson. He was able to do this. Who's able to do this right now? I don't care how many people that somebody got in a live stream. They not able to do this. Ain't nothing gonna be able to happen. If Jesse Jackson had the right mindset, having numbers like that could have made some real difference. If he stood on what FBA is, if he even knew what it was, he was calling us African Americans. Now we got our shit hijacked. That was the infemination process. Yeah, dude. It's not nobody you can name. Umar Johnson ain't turning out like this. Boyce Watkins ain't turning out like this. Y'all keep naming all these scholars and researchers. That's cool. It's information on the internet. We don't have a black leader. It's good, but it's still problematic. Who do we have that is the black equivalent of Charlie Kirk? People thought I was crazy when I said Charlie Kirk is the white version of Martin Luther King. To a degree, he is. He had a real following with a real passion. Real numbers that resonated, whether it was online and they show up in person, the way he's packing arenas. He was still out and about amongst the white community, talking about their white issues, about what they're going through as white people. And got clapped. And they're memorializing him the same way we did Martin Luther King. The only thing is Martin Luther King ain't had no successors. Besides, I guess you could say Jesse Jackson. But they still pushing Charlie Kirk's movement. During the damn Super Bowl. They naming streets after him. He's there. He is white people's Martin Luther King. They wanted him to be president, just like how black folks wanted Martin Luther King to be president. Come on.
Make it. Wherever you are tonight, you can make it. Hold your head high. Stick your chest out. You can make it. It gets dark sometimes, but the morning comes. Don't you surrender. Suffering breeds character. Character breeds faith. In the end,
suffering breeds character. So the expectation is for us to suffer. See, they make us bask in misery. Make us accustomed to misery. And then say we want to succeed. Now that black folks are succeeding, you got to keep getting reminded of the misery. That's why they keep bringing up the civil rights movement. That's why when I talk to these people, I'm like, man, stop talking to me about history. I get it. I understand white folks doing all this. We got a new war right now. It's immigrants. We got new problems. It's feminism. I'm not worried about that old shit. That was y'all fight. I'm not fighting the old fight anymore.
Faith will not disappoint. You must not surrender. You may or may not get there, but just know that you're qualified and you hold on and hold out. We must never surrender. America will get better and better. Keep hope alive.
Keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. That's what held us back. Shit like that, man. That's what was holding us back, man. And then now you got the same people who, and this is the thing. It's amazing how when you challenge old motherfuckers right now, they're going to always highlight everything about Jesse Jackson, except for the fact that the person that old niggas right now hate the most is Donald Trump. They hate Donald Trump with every ounce of chicken grease in their bloodstream. They hate Donald Trump, but will negate the fact that Trump funded Jesse Jackson to even be president. And Jesse Jackson still flip-flopped. He didn't stand on business for Trump. Trump was only white person that ever believed in your ass, who had the paper.
And being inclusive, he's done that too. And created for many people a comfort zone when I ran for the presidency in 84 and 88. And many others thought it was either laughable or something to avoid. He came to our business meeting here in New York because he has this sense of the curious and a will to risk to make things better. And so aside from all of his style and his pizzazz, he's a serious person.
I will tell you, a large percentage of the people, and especially
he praising Trump for helping him when everybody thought it was laughable that a black man wanted to run for president. Laughable. How does this get overlooked?
In construction that are building these great jobs are black and minorities, and I'm very proud of it. We have close to 25%, and I think the number's going up, and they do a great job. There are no better builders than we have in New York, and a big
FBA wearing kente cloth is like cosplaying Shaolin monks bushmeat. Bushmeat ain't cornbread. These niggas is fucking hilarious. You know. Yeah, man, we got to tighten this thing up, man. Hey, Marcus, I got your email, man. I got your email. Bro, want to send some cigars over. Got to send a torch too, bro. Got to send a torch.
Percentage of that is black and minority folks. So I just want to thank everybody.
Because I done ran out of butane or whatever that shit. I done ran out of that shit. So you got to send me a fucking torch. I threw the last torch. I had to wait because I ran out. Shout out to Akiel for the church. Much love with the 5 on the Cash App.
Everybody in the room for being here. I look forward to some questions. And then I don't know how we're ever going to leave this building today, because if you look outside, it is terrible. But we'll figure a way. There's always a way. And thank you, Jesse, and congratulations.
Yep. So, Trump left a message. Let me see if I can blow that up any bigger for you guys to see. Maybe bigger. Let me pull up on my screen. And I miss, because he rocked with Jesse. And Jesse, to me, Jesse was flawing, going against this nigga when he funded you. He ain't just rock with you. He put his paper up for you. Say the Reverend Jesse Jackson is dead at 84. I knew him well long before becoming president. He was a good man with lots of personality, grit, and street smarts. He was very gregarious. Someone who truly loved the people, despite the fact that I am falsely and consistently called a racist by the scoundrels and lunatics on the left, Democrats all. It was always my pleasure to help Jesse along the way. I provided office space for him in the Rainbow Coalition for years in the Trump building at 40 Wall Street. Responded to his request for help in getting criminal justice reform passed and signed. When no other president would even try, single-handedly pushed and passed long-term funding for historical black colleges and universities, HBCUs, which Jesse loved, but also which other presidents would not do. Responded to Jesse's support for opportunity zones, the single most successful development package yet approved for Black business men/women, and much more. Jesse was a force of nature like few others before him. He had much to do with the election without acknowledgement or credit of Barack Hussein Obama, a man who Jesse could not stand. I can't stand him either. He loved his family greatly. To them, I send my deepest sympathies and condolences. Jesse will be missed. President Donald J. Trump. Trump kept it a buck. Trump kept it a buck, man. You still don't hear nobody push that narrative about all of the things that Trump did for Jesse Jackson. Now, that's what I want to see. I want to see people start pushing that. I want to see if that's going to get pushed or overlooked again. Shout out to Sergeant King. Life is great. Salute from the Black military veterans with the 5. Much love, bro. Salute to the veterans, man. I fuck with y'all, man. All my blue collar niggas, man. Fuck with y'all, man. Well, yeah, Jesse wasn't right, man. This
Given as emboldened,
you know, but he had to ride with the Democrats because again, he's still a program Negro, and he is the programmer of the program Negro. So he can't go against that because then it's gonna go against his life's work.
emboldened the white supremacists, as emboldened the neo-Nazis. He sees them as his base. But the fact is, as president of the United States,
now you know he's not a racist or a neo-Nazi. He wasn't none of that when he was funding you in 84 and in 88. But now, you know what I'm saying, you got to ride with the mob.
we're all his base. The military is his base. All the taxpaying Americans are his base. He sees us through a keyhole and not through a door. We're all.
I would honestly be mad too. Like, dude, I used to support this nigga heavy, and every time this nigga get on mic, he want to go at me when ain't nobody was fucking with you. All right.
On the one big tent. But he sees us as a few in and many out, and it's not working. Well, the emperor has no clothes. He engaged the movement to the.
I gave you office space on Wall Street with your black ass. That's crazy.
To make President Barack Obama illegitimate by saying he was not born here. So a Mexican judge, a federal judge can.
And you hate Obama, but you gonna still run with that narrative? We don't think Obama's American, nigga. What niggas you know? Name a nigga besides Barack Obama you know from Hawaii. That shit sketchy as hell. How the hell is a black person's childhood sketchy? You ain't never heard Barack Obama high school-based grammar school. Yeah, I went to grammar school. They jumped him over there on Waikiki Drive. You know, you ain't never heard who grew up with Barack Obama. Like who? Where's ex-girlfriend at? You know, if I get famous, you know how many fucking ex-girlfriends gonna have a career? Telling you all the fucked up shit about me. Bitches gonna have books. You know, surviving Minister Jap. Explain the bitch. I went to school with Jap, Volume 1. I knew him when he was little Jap with the chip too. You talk about Jap that always used to have the glasses writing in his notebook? Man. How come Obama don't got none of them stories? Notice that every time, dude, this is how I knew Obama shit was fake. Every time any black man blow up, it's always somebody who grew up in the hood with, man, I remember that nigga. How come there's nobody like that for Obama? This nigga was an implant. Fuck a plant. He was implanted.
Not dispense justice properly. He sought to ban the refugees and the immigrants. It's been a consistent pattern, and now he is over in that camp. But while we focus on what he said or did not say,
man, I remember Jap back in the day got pussy whipped over Creasy ass, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The hoe was fucking the whole hood, man. I remember that shit. You get them stories, nigga. Where's Obama's high school sweetheart? You know, where's the pictures of Obama with the high top fade going to the school dance, bro? Where's his yearbook picture? What sports did he play? What's the name of the high school? Who went? Hawaii? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely question you. When you tell me there's a nigga in Hawaii who running for president, a nigga from Hawaii running for president. It's Chicago. Let me talk to you, Chicago, right quick, man. Stop claiming Obama. That is a nigga from Indonesia and Hawaii. We do not claim no Obama. Here's the south side of Chicago, nigga. They be trying to say, yeah, with roots from, every time they bring up Obama, what they say, roots from the south side of Chicago. I keep from Chicago. That motherfucker ain't never been on King Drive waiting on the bus, bitch. Ain't never seen that nigga on Stony Island, bitch. Ain't never seen that nigga go get a wing and gizzard combo off a hosted bitch. You be like, oh, he be in Hyde Park. Come on, man. Anybody from Chicago know Hyde Park is the bougie niggas. Bronzeville, shut that nigga. You don't get no real experience of Chicago in Hyde Park and in Bronzeville. They gonna cut that shit out right now. Okay? That's a place you take people where you're trying to impress them. Like, Chicago's not that bad. Look at all these are nice white black folks. These are black folks who got jobs. Shiny apartments. You know? Who grew up on the outskirts and wanted to move to Chicago to get a little edge to them. They ain't never really lived on the south side, east side, or the west side. That's where they shoot movies like Love Jones and shit. That's not the reality of a Chicago motherfucker. Don't let that Bronzeville and Hyde Park shit fool you. Like all our bitches are walking around here speaking good English and got big ass afros and sundresses. That shit is only there. You know, you watch these movies and shit, they show you Chicago, you see motherfuckers jumping in cabs. Ain't nobody jumping in no cabs unless you're in the north side. Unless you're in Wrigleyville. And that's not the real Negro experience of Chicago. The fuck out of here. Talk about Obama's from Hyde Park. Hyde Park these nuts. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. If you ain't in Chicago, if you don't go outside, soon as you come out the gas station, if you don't hear, okay, who from Chicago in here? When you go past any gas station, if you walk down any street where there's major business, or even past a bus stop or a train stop, what do you hear? Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's how I know a motherfucker from my city. Thank you. Obama ain't never heard a nigga. Scream, Saltbug, loud, 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 loud. Loud, loud. You can't even pump gas. Loud, loud, loud. Obama like, I don't know what loud, what was loud. Seems pretty quiet to me. Loud, loud, loud. You ain't never been to Chicago, nigga. Even when you go order your chicken, go get a fish sandwich on 87th Street. Motherfucker gonna run in. You gonna hit it. You gonna soon as you come in, you hit the bells of the door swing. Loud, 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 loud. Good loud, good loud, good loud. Obama ain't never heard good loud in his life. Even when you go get a haircut, loud, loud, loud. Hey, get out of here, man. The owner might tell him, motherfucker, get out of here. They were like, niggas, some nigga step out there, go cop some loud. You ain't been, get the fuck out of here with that talking about Obama from Chicago, nigga. You ain't never heard loud. I ain't trying to hear you, nigga. I ain't trying to hear you, nigga. Jesse Jackson hating on Trump. That was crazy. He believed that you ain't nobody fuck with you. Not even your own people could give you the money that you get.
And it's not working. Well, the emperor has no clothes. He engaged the movement.
Go get some Jamaican jerk. Loud, 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 good loud, good loud. 35 loud. Well, shut your ass up, Obama.
Went to make President Barack Obama either.
And as purple as Obama's lips is, you know he smoked loud.
Legitimate by saying he was not born here. So a Mexican.
You're not gonna tell me that purple lip ass Obama don't smoke no loud, nigga. Loud, loud. See, the people in this, y'all laughing, but you know I'm telling the truth. You know I'm telling the truth. If the moment you get out of your car anywhere, somebody gonna scream loud, loud, loud. That's how you know you in the streets. That's how you know you're in the south side. That's how you know you're on the east side. That's how you know you're on the west side. All that other shit is comic book Chicago shit. You ain't gonna hear that shit on Laura Walker and shit, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. Loud, loud. Nigga.
Federal judge cannot dispense justice properly. You sought to ban the refugees and the immigrants. It's been a consistent pattern, and now he is over in that camp. But while we focus on what he said or did not say, it's hypocritical for those senators who now vote against him in tweets because they're embarrassed, but then keep supporting his program. In other words, if you're against what Trump is about, don't just tweet about it. Change legislation appropriately.
See, how you gonna fuck up my shit because your ass ain't become president? Yeah, but Jesse Jackson, man, you know. He is probably the closest thing to Martin Luther King right now to these old folks. Because the baby booming generation, you know, he truly endorsed and had the support of Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, he kept the Bill Clinton train going. You know?
You are now about to witness one of the best things about this ceremony.
Getting awards from Bill Clinton and shit. You know?
For a change, I don't have to follow Jesse Jackson. But the truth is, America.
And I believe Bill Clinton went in on Jesse Jackson for letting Sister Soldier on stage. He checked him about Sister Soldier talking about white folks. See, there wasn't no fighting in Jesse Jackson no more. And once he got to this level, and he's rubbing shoulders with these old, decrepit white men, he lost the spark. He don't got the fury of a Chicago native.
As followed, Reverend Jackson. As he marched with Dr. King, walked the pickets lines, ran for our nation's highest office,
Yeah, you see the niggas he in the room with? Yeah, see, now he's different.
Instilling hope and inspiring millions, beginning with his own remarkable family. From the streets of Watts to the hollows of Appalachia, as my special envoy to Africa and the leader of Rainbow Push, he has walked the walk of freedom. When I think of Rainbow Push, I think of two things. Rainbow means we've all got a place at the table.
Who grew up in Africa with a white mother? What are you talking about? I grew up in Indonesia with a white mother and a Asian stepdaddy. Shout out to Robinson family. Who you talking about? Grew up in Africa with a white mother.
Push is what Jesse does when he thinks I'm not doing right. He has used his legendary prowess at persuading people to do things they are otherwise disinclined to do, to free innocents imprisoned around the world, including American servicemen from the Middle East to the Balkans.
Here's the thing, too. The immigrants are here to replace y'all because we don't have any leaders that won't be questioned. See, the Jesse Jackson era was where you had black leaders that would not and could not be questioned. It'll be even more hard right now for a black leader to rise up right now because people are not just followers like they were. Everything gets questioned. Everything gets investigated. The internet is out of control. Niggas get doxxed in backgrounds. Like, no, it's out of control.
With his Wall Street project, he is forging the next frontier of freedom, economic freedom.
No nigga ever challenged Jesse Jackson. I mean, you had other leaders that might have, you know what I'm saying, went against him, but they didn't have the following they have. I'm talking about, like, when you talk to these old generation of niggas right now, they are not going to question nothing about Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson is probably the closest thing to Barack Obama and Jesus and Martin Luther King. Now you're going to have niggas overly go overboard for Jesse Jackson right now.
Reminding us that when we limit opportunities for some Americans,
and the leaders that tried to go against Jesse, they didn't have the following that Jesse has. You got to understand that big gullible following is dying right now. That's why the immigrants are here. That big gullible following is dying.
Limit possibilities for all Americans. His work for years has been an inspiration to the New Markets Initiative that I have undertaken, along with the Republican and Democratic leaders of the House and Senate. And when it becomes law, it will be in no small measure the relentless passion of Jesse Louis Jackson. And God isn't done with him yet.
Orator, he has preached a gospel of hope, unity, and responsibility, and has helped establish common ground across lines of race.
You got to think about it right now, too. What black leader do we have that white folks are making speeches about? It's not, we have none. When Al Sharpton passed, they're going to be doing the same thing. You're going to see. Then the priority minority is the immigrant, the tether. They're going to be speaking on our behalf and speaking about our business. You know, that's what's going to happen, man.
Sorry for remarks he made about Senator.
And then, yeah, keep throwing Obama in the mix. Y'all don't remember Jesse Jackson over here praising Obama and dissing Trump. Jesse Jackson couldn't stand Obama.
Reverend Jesse Jackson says he's very sorry for remarks he made about Senator Barack Obama. Jackson made the comments after an interview with Fox News, and he says he simply didn't realize his microphone was on at the time. A videotaped portion of his remarks shows Jackson telling another Another guess that Barack Obama
God damn it.
was, quote, talking down to black people. Speaking to CNN's Don Lemon on the Situation Room, Reverend Jackson said
he wanted to cut Obama's balls off for speaking down to black folks. You see what I'm saying? But then he used to play smiley face. See, the thing, he never liked Obama because Obama did something that he wanted to do. He's the first so-called black president, but we know he's not black. But you know, Obama put some color in the White House, and he wasn't able to do that. So he always never really liked the man.
Comments were taken out of context.
Broader conversation about urban policy and racial disparities, and I feel very distressed because I'm so supportive of this campaign and what the center has done and is doing. I was in a conversation with a fellow guest at Fox on Sunday, and he asked me about
Obama always talked down on the brothers, whether it been that black men ain't fathers, and then perfect example, present day when he was trying to endorse Kamala, telling black men that we being sexist and this and this because we don't want to vote for Kamala. No, that bitch stupid. That's why the immigrants are here. Because Obama's endorsement don't mean nothing. They spent, what, like $1.5 billion in 100 days and had everybody besides God Almighty endorsing Kamala Harris. The black Jesus, black Obama, still his endorsement meant nothing. That's how terrible Kamala is. That's what I'm like, man, we gotta get the immigrants over here. We can't even get Obama to endorse it. Obama endorsement means nothing now.
Barack's speeches lately at the black churches that said they can come off as speaking down to black people. The moral message must be a much broader message. What we need really is racial justice and urban.
Barack Obama speaking to the black church when he never even lived that experience. Me, even as a Muslim, I still grew up in the black church amongst black people. I know how the black church moves and operates. You're not going to tell me a African and a white and half white person spent most of his childhood in Indonesia, living in Hawaii, can tell you about the black church and how to deal with black folks. That was just as dumb as a Hindu coming up in the black church trying to pretend to blend in with Kamala. Cut it out. Even the Jamaicans, you have Jamaicans. Jamaicans don't got the black church Baptist experience. How did that resonate with you idiots? Oh, voting blue no matter who. Pass that chicken, please. That's the tethers. This is why, man, like these niggas do not want to have that type of conversation because they know this shit is powerful.
Urban policy and jobs and healthcare. There's a range of issues on the menu. And frankly, I think that is his basic urban policy position. No one else has put one together except him in this situation. And then I said something I felt regret for the crews, but it was very private and very much a soundbite in a live mic. And so I find no comfort in it.
He should apologize to Trump. Barack Obama ain't do shit for you or black men. You know, but like I said, man, we got to really pay attention. The old comfortable Negroes are dying out. What do we do next? Because we can't march our way out of shit. Now that we delineating, everybody's mad. It's cool. Let them be mad. Why are you mad that we black and you ain't? If we so bad, we so lazy and this and that, don't worry about us. Stay your ass over there with your tether ass. With your racist ass. It's cool. We gonna let y'all do y'all. Everybody, y'all are free to do y'all. Y'all not free to freeload off the black struggle, off of the black pain, the black progress. Y'all not able to just come in and just pretend to blend in no more. Jesse gone, so all that rainbow shit is done. We got to get a new leader because all of this marching and we shall overcome ass shit got to go.
Make us worthy, Lord, to continue to...
These are the old niggas. Like, Jesse was locking arms with Biden and the rest of the fried chicken Negroes. Y'all remember this when they marched on Selma and tried to reiterate Martin Luther King's march on the bridge, Selma, whatever, and bring in Biden? Yeah, Jesse's sitting right there in a wheelchair. His dying days was right here kissing ass.
Serve, to continue to pray, to continue to walk together, and not get weary on this bridge leading on to that great camp meeting in the promised land. We offer this prayer in the name of the one who, like us, was poor. In the name of the one who, like us, was displaced without a home. In the name of the one who, like us, was buked and scorned. In the name of the one who, like us, had no citizenship. In the name of the one who, like us, was hunted and pursued by the authorities. In the name of the one who, like Ahmaud Arbery, whose brother is here today, was hunted and pursued by vigilantes.
You see, this whole era is dying. One by one. One by one. You know?
Name of the one who, like us, suffered and died.
A finishing prayer there at the end of the walk of the Edmund Pettus Bridge. You can see President Joe Biden in the middle. Only the third president, sitting president, to walk across on this anniversary day, remembering voting rights and the fight that the African-American community has had over the decades. They had a...
And let me tell the tether community, y'all did nothing like this. Y'all did nothing for this country. Just be glad that we did things so you can be here. Y'all did no sacrifice and nothing. Y'all just ran from your raggedy ass homeland and still waving that dirty ass flag. Get the fuck out of here. You know? And I ain't finna listen to no tethers talk about Jesse Jackson. Nah, screw that. We can speak about him because he's ours and that's our family. We gonna remember the good, the bad, the ugly. You know what I'm saying? I want to remember him when he was a warrior. I remember him when he gave me dap for having a bad bitch, nigga. So, but again, like I said, it's critical times right now. We got to understand that the comfortable old Negroes are dying out. Who's going to step up? And we got to fight back on immigrants. Immigration, that is your replacement. Your voice will not be heard as long as you keep these immigrants around. They always in our business that they ain't got no business being in. That's why we gonna keep cooking. Jay Clyburn is now the new Jesse, a.k.a. Rainbow Leader. Jay Clyburn. I might know him if you show me a picture. Shout out to First Class Citizen. But yeah, man, we gonna remember Jesse, man. You know, rest in peace to Jesse. You know, and we just gonna be watching how this play out. You know, we know what went wrong. Like I said, I'm being optimistic. He meant well. You know, but once you start trying to we are the world and harmonize and include everybody, you start losing sight of what the hell we supposed to have been fighting for from the beginning. You know?
Okay. Here we go. I am somebody. I am somebody. I may be poor. But I am somebody. I may be young. But I am somebody. I may be on welfare. But I am somebody. I may be small. But I am somebody. I may make a mistake. But I am somebody. My clothes are different. My face is different. My hair is different. But I am somebody. I am black, brown, white. I speak a different language. But I must be respected, protected, never rejected. I am God's child. I am somebody. Give yourself a big hand.
All right, man. So, you know, they wanted all this harmony, but we didn't get it. Rest in peace to Jesse. We know what we got to do now. We know what everything that went right and went wrong. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the damn day, we know what we are up against present day. Unfortunately, the people from the Jesse Jackson era are not going to understand or be along with us with what we are up against, because they are still programmed to a fight that's not relevant of today's time. We are fighting against feminism, liberalism, and we got to restore the free-thinking, straight black man to greatness. At the end of the day, it's Black History Month, Foundational Black History Month to be exact. We're gonna be proud of all our accomplishments and shortcomings. But it's our shit and this is family business. And we ain't let nobody gonna disrespect it. So rest in peace to Jesse. You know what I'm saying? FBA all day. Salute to the church. Y'all have a good day at work. You know what I'm saying? I will see y'all tonight. Hold on, we got one more person showing some love before we close out. What we got? The Riddler says, hey, humans want to be tribal. It is what it is. We can't all come together. Yeah, man, it's a dream. Like Pan-Africanism was a dream. His legacy is identity politics, long-standing block voting for Democrats. Yes, but that time is expired, and that mindset is dying with that generation, and we're going to keep it that way. No disrespect to Jesse, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, right or wrong, he was still out there, and he wasn't hiding his face, and with a whole lot to say. He had a lot to say, even if it wasn't the right thing. He said it, and he stood on it, and was out willing to take whatever came with it. So I can respect that as a man. Much love to y'all, man. I'll catch y'all later, man. One, like and share, and follow me on Twitter right now. We about to cook. Church, check in. It's your boy, Minister Jap. Listen, I know y'all been looking for me, but at the bottom of this video, in the description section, you'll see where it says follow me. You can follow me on all social media platforms. You know, make sure you click the links in the description so you can get in touch with me and get in tune with everything I post at all times. You never know, the haters might try to take us down. Also, make sure you're following my backup channel, Minister Jap Church Media. Follow the channel now. We are not going nowhere. We're here to stay. Make sure y'all paying attention. Church on the move. Peace.
Minister Jap, I'm talking to you, nigga. Yeah, I got a kid. I got 2 daughters and a son. You hear me?
Black women are bad mothers.
And that's why you having a baby by the motherfuckers you had a baby with is your fault. That's why you being a single mother is your fucking fault. That's why being a baby daddy ass nigga is your fault.
Live from the church.
Church, check in.
It's Minister Jap.
Black women, they're some of the most worst bitches on with money, but yet they're still taking trips and they look fly doing it. They are the flyest, broken bitches you're gonna ever deal with.
On Minister Jap TV.
Church, check in, man. Church, check in.